let's go, LETSGO. Hi, welcome to the Magnum PI podcast. I'm Liz. No, I'm Eve. Hi.
I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
You sure? Sorry.
Yes, I think so. We'll check.
We are obviously in a very silly mood right now.
It's past midnight. This is after dark for me, so get used to this.
We're tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like an overtired toddler. The puppy is underneath me, by the way, right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't. He's hardly been around.
Yeah, he's right here, actually.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's like,
He's
it is
under the couch.
late. He's like, it is late. I
Yeah.
want to sleep. Leave me alone.
He has.
Yeah.
He could be in his bed. It's in the other room. It's dark in there, so didn't force him to be here, but he's essentially my shadow. So there's that.
That's nice. Good to have a shadow.
It is very comforting to have a shadow,
Mm-hmm.
especially when a lot is going on in your life.
Yeah.
And a lot was going on in the show, some of which caused a few of the things that went on in my life. Not gonna lie, this episode is not one that I'm in a hurry to rewatch.
Yeah. I think this one I only rewatched it one other time. Usually I've been watching them probably like 2 or 3 times, but this one I only rewatched once. One more.
I can't handle it right now.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So we're obviously talking about 5-7.
Yep.
Oh,
I can't believe it. We're already 7 episodes in, you guys.
I know, that's
This
killing
5-8
me.
is flying
3 more.
by.
3 more.
Like,
Extremely
yeah.
excited about episode 9. Jay's directing was Stella last time, so
I'm so excited to see him direct again.
can't wait to see what happens. Also, looks like the date scene will be there.
Yep. Does look like it.
Cute. Yeah, that'll be good. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like we just waited for so long for it to finally premiere, and then just in the blink of an eye, poof,
It's
gonna
like
be gone.
already
Yeah,
finishing.
essentially.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then you sit there with like, 10 extra episodes that you don't know when they're gonna air, and like know they're there. Just put them out. I swear, I'll watch them all. I promise.
Oh, they're not there yet.
I will binge. I will binge.
Yes, that's what we need. A Peacock binge. That's what it'll be. Maybe they could do that.
You could do that on hiatus.
Yes, just put all 10 of them out, and then in the fall start with season 6. Bam! I've solved the problem.
Solved the world's problems.
Yeah. Hey, it was great talking to you guys. I'm gonna head out.
I think then it would be a Peacock exclusive show. So
is that a bad thing? It probably is globally, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't have Peacock?
Depends. So it depends on the country where or how you can get the Peacock content.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, then maybe that theory doesn't work. And I'm back.
Back to reality.
Yeah.
I mean, reality is that right now, number-wise, only the US counts.
I know, and that's so unfortunate because there's such a broad global audience.
Yeah.
I'd even say in a lot of ways, I feel like there's more globally than there even is in the US.
Overall?
At least like on Twitter. Yeah.
Probably overall, probably yes.
Yeah.
At least, okay, so here's the thing. You can't judge from online audience to every viewer. So it's why I keep calling it general audience. These are the people that are not on Twitter like we are every day talking to people, making friendships on Twitter, discussing the show. There is like the majority of Magnum PI fans are not that. We're definitely not general audience. We're the dedicated fans. There's a difference between them and us. So in dedicated fans, definitely more on Instagram and Twitter, and I think even TikTok from the international fandom than the American fandom.
Mm-hmm.
I remember during the save, it was a bloody nightmare trying to find an American.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we found you eventually, didn't we?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah, because part of like Shannon and I started talking because we'd be the only ones really doing like the rewatch parties US time. We'd be like, where are all the US people? Everyone's left us, you know? So yeah, but it's gotten a little bigger. But yeah, we're definitely the minority, I would say.
Yeah, in
For
this
sure.
dedicated fandom situation. Yes.
Yep, I'd agree.
Definitely. And I don't see that flipping anytime soon.
No.
So yeah, basically we don't know the numbers of general audience in international fandom. I mean, I do know that the numbers in Germany are fucking abysmal to the point where it's kind of right after we saved the show. So there's that.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, yeah. So see, they kind of canceled season 4 mid-season
Oh.
and parked it from the bigger network. Well, not network, bigger channel on the channel that literally nobody watches. I mean, somebody watches it, otherwise it wouldn't still be on air, but it's a very significant downturn in viewer that actually frequent that one. Even the one that they already were on is completely abysmal timing, completely the wrong channel. I don't know what they were doing, but this was not serving the show, even though it was essentially the only, slot they could have used.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good one. Yeah, and they have it behind this abysmal paywall. So I have no problem paying for it on streamers. I have a problem paying for it on this particular streamer. Because it's like it's much like Peacock. It's called RTL Plus. I have zero intention of giving RTL more money.
Oh, they must be like a big company in Germany.
One of our bigger one of our big networks. The other is Pro7 Sat1
Okay.
Media. So yeah, there's like two big ones, and then you have it's not even public ones. Then you have the ones that taxpayers pay for, which is ARD, ZDF. They're like the grandma channels, essentially.
Okay. Do you guys have, is it Vox, VOX?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I see
That's
that
what it
every
used
once
to
in a
be
while
on.
posted.
That's
Oh,
what it
okay.
used to be on. And it moved
Gotcha.
to Vox Up, which is like the even more niche.
Okay.
Went from kind of niche to even more niche.
There we go.
Yeah. Talk about weird parking of our show.
Yeah.
That is a bummer.
So let's. Well, I predict we're going to be really good at avoiding the actual episode as topic for reasons.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I will say, Purdy's acting at the end killed it. Loved it.
I kind of got to be
Yeah.
quite honest. The angle of that case and Purdy's acting absolutely stellar, but that fucked me up way less than TC's story.
Oh, TC's story is hard. Yeah. That one's, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's
Also,
hard.
I think for me, there's a reason why it fucked me up way less. Is because I went into the episode with the synopsis, where the synopsis specifically calls out the guy is having Alzheimer's.
Which he didn't in the end.
He didn't.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So I guess someone in some department was like, yeah, he's old and he keeps talking about Alzheimer's, so clearly he had Alzheimer's. That's what's in the synopsis now. But yeah, he didn't have Alzheimer's, so the press release kind of lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll say I'm super sensitive to Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
And so I was dreading this episode. I'm like, I don't care that we get to see a Higgy hug or Miggy hug at the end. I don't want to deal with this episode because I didn't want to deal with the Alzheimer's aspect of it. And just sad that then it ended up the guy was just old. And I was like, oh, darn it. Now I could have
Yeah, he
watched
had
it with
I
something.
a
mean,
He had
totally
something
different.
else.
Yeah.
He had something else,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what it was now.
I think it's like an
Yeah.
autoimmune situation kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know.
It still was sad.
It hit me because for two reasons. One, my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and we did place her in a home. Number one. Number two,
Yeah.
I used to work in like those kind of like,
Yeah.
and and it's like you do see the family, right? Like you do see the family that comes in, and so like when Higgins was talking about, like whether or not she made the right decision, like
Absolutely, she did.
yeah, I think, and families like you see it a lot, right? And then like, and I think part of the guilt is just like not only did they give the right like did they make the right decision for their loved one, but like can you trust the facility to take care of your loved one as much as you could? So I get where she's coming from for that. But
Yeah, so do I. I volunteered in an Alzheimer ward when I was in school still. So we were, me and a couple of other students, we were having activities with the patients, and it was quite the experience. It was really quite the experience. But ultimately, you do see family come in these situations, and as much as someone wants to keep them at home,
sometimes it's just not possible, and it really is the best
yeah,
thing, you know.
yeah. I mean, in the facility, the doors were painted like bookshelves, just
Oh,
so
that's
that,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, just so that they wouldn't recognize them as, was the exit door, so they wouldn't recognize them as exit doors easily and wouldn't leave. I mean, there
Yeah,
were
that's a really
safeties
good
on the
idea.
doors too, on the exit doors too. And it's not like they couldn't go outside. The facility had like a huge fucking garden, but they couldn't just let them wander out.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how my grandma's place is. She's in a locked area now.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm her power of attorney and all that stuff. So I'm
Mhm.
heavily involved in her day-to-day activities. But yeah, so she's in a locked area, but they've got a beautiful, to your point, garden area. So she
Mhm.
can go outside. She just can't leave that area. So she lives with like 19 other people and they have meals together and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
ornery, though I will say my grandma's ornery, so she oftentimes eats by herself. But that's just my grandma. So it was probably the best thing that my family ever did was
Mhm.
when I made the decision that she needed to move for sure. Heartbreaking, but yeah, like
But
you guys
It
said,
safety,
is.
right? You
it's
have to
needed.
think
It
Oh,
is.
it's the
total
Yeah.
safety.
safety.
Yeah,
It's the safety
And
yeah,
aspect.
also, you have to think
yeah,
about the fact, are you capable of handling this ultimately? And
yeah.
we had to place my grandpa in a facility, and it all came down to the fact that we weren't capable of handling it. I was
Mhm.
not living anywhere close. I couldn't take care of my grandpa. My uncle was working full time. My mom was working full time. My mom was there like half a day anyway, helping and making sure that he was okay. So he was never alone all day, aside from occasionally. But
Yeah.
and he didn't have dementia or any. Well, he had light onset dementia. It was getting worse and worse, but there was more underlying medical issues that caused the mental thing that they could ultimately reverse a bit. So it got better, but the dementia was slowly progressing. Anyway,
Yeah.
we couldn't have taken care of him as he would have needed. So we had to place him in a facility
Yeah.
Mhm.
because he deserves the care that he needs.
Oh,
And
totally. Yep.
we weren't capable of giving him that.
Yeah. Yep.
Besides, he made friends there. That's good.
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, we're very sensible to Alzheimer's and kind of glad that it wasn't as prominent as it was
Yes.
mentioned.
Mhm.
I mean, the most it was mentioned was in Higgy's situation.
Speech, yeah.
Yeah, and I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I knew very, very surely in myself that I couldn't have taken care of him. My mom couldn't have taken care of him. And my uncle, even though he kept saying he wanted to, couldn't have taken care of him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he was
Yeah, my
alone.
uncle. Oh, okay. Yeah. My grandma lived with my uncle, or my uncle lived with my grandma for 4 years before we decided to put her somewhere. But it was getting to that point, where like your mom was there part of the time, my uncle was there full time, but he couldn't even keep her health or her safe. So yeah, you have to make that tough decision. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and we certainly couldn't keep my grandpa healthy. Even
Yeah.
it just didn't work. And we
Yep.
needed professional help.
Yeah. Nothing
Mm.
wrong with admitting that, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so he died. And I know that had he not been in the facility when he had his stroke, which is like a post-operation stroke, they happen,
Yeah.
but had he been home instead of in the facility, we would have found his body. But
Yeah.
since he was in the facility, they recognized it really early on, rushed him to the hospital, and he had a little bit of a chance. The stroke was too severe ultimately, but they
Yeah.
tried everything that they could, and we would not have been able to see it in time
Yeah.
Mhm.
had he been home.
Yep.
So there's also that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I do agree. I think Purdy's acting was really good. You don't get to see that emotional side of her very often.
No.
So
Jay's too.
yeah.
Jay
Yeah,
Jay was Jay's reaction was stellar in that situation too. It's a top scene.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I just love that she like curled up into his arms. I was like,
I know. Yes.
Yeah. So
I was like,
cute.
amazing.
Huh.
Like
Yeah,
that is
definitely.
supportive. That is supportive Magnum, and I love it. I love seeing supportive Magnum.
Best boyfriend ever. Or well, best friend ever.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Because both applies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Best boyfriend and best friend.
Best
Yeah.
friend.
Best friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. I'm loving season 5, Mickey. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna rave on about how the balance is fucking amazing.
They're doing a good job.
Like that hug alone. If you don't like me, this is classic season 4 friendship situation
Mhm.
that they had, but now
Right?
it has
Yeah.
a little bit of a subtext.
And also notice that he like hugged her and didn't like kiss her, right? Like
Yeah,
they chose the more like platonic friend thing to do, which is kind of
but
nice.
also it's also the more comforting thing.
Yeah.
Kisses in all honor, but I think in a situation like that, a hug is more comforting. And a back rub,
Well, I
which
mean,
he
back
gave
rubs are
her.
always comforting.
Mhm.
Hug with a
But
back rub is like ultimate comfort.
yeah. But even like to Liz's point, a kiss on the cheek, like there was just no kissing at all, even in a comfortable, forehead kiss. Or did he kiss
Wait,
her on the cheek?
Shoulder.
yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, thank
It
you.
seemed
Maybe
like,
Okay, I was
it's
like,
hard to tell because of the angle,
yeah,
but
either he just pressed his, lower face into her shoulder,
that's what I
which
was
some people
thinking.
do, or he kissed her shoulder. I don't know. I can't tell. It's like fleeting
somebody
second,
needs to
and he
ask the
angled
mod.
it.
Somebody needs to ask the mod to find out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody asked her.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Our moderator is still adorable, and I love
Yeah,
her.
I love her.
I
I
Yeah.
love
love
her
her
so
so
much.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. She is. But yeah. Well, and it was really cute in that scene also with Gordy when he backed her up too. That's total like boyfriend, best friend vibes
Mm.
too. So that was
Yes,
cute. Yeah.
When he was like, I don't know. He's like, I agree with her. And then like at the end, she was like, did you really disagree with me? And he's like, well, you're
Yeah.
not my business partner anymore. I was like,
I
It's
know.
cute, but
It is cute.
I couldn't help but be reminded of episode 1 where she literally got pissed at that. Well, not pissed, but a little bit annoyed at that. Like, please don't just placate me. Act like you normally do.
Yeah. I was like, wait,
So
what
I
are we
couldn't
talking
help
about
but
here?
think of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's adorable in that context. What I also
It
found
is,
adorable
yeah.
in that episode was Child.
Aw. Yeah, I love me some
have-
child.
He's so adorable. Yeah. I love
I
that
like
he's
him.
moved to Leah's desk. They're gonna, him and Gordy can be co-workers, play
Buddies.
off each other. He eats all the donuts. The whole thing.
Doesn't he kind of steal them? I
Yeah.
mean, it
I
looks
think he
like it's
does,
Gordon's
yeah.
welcome back donuts.
It
He's just
does.
like,
It does.
"Hmm."
It's like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
He's like, I'll
I
take
mean,
those.
there's way too much donuts for just 40 to eat.
Yeah. That
Speaking
is
of
true.
donuts, looks like Stephen Hill is getting a TC donut at Donut King.
I saw that. Did
I
you
missed
go
that
to
one.
Donut King when you guys were there? Was Donut
No.
King? Okay.
Yes, but do not expect me to buy a donut.
Because it's got dairy of some sort.
No, I just straight up don't like donuts.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's
I
because you don't
really
eat
don't
meat,
like
and I was
donuts.
like,
I had
okay,
like
what?
croissant donuts.
Yeah.
They're great. And their croissant donut bites, they're great. I don't like donuts.
See, it's funny. I hate croissants.
It's not. It has
I
nothing
love
to do
both.
with croissant. It's like,
I don't know.
That's like one of the that's
you
one of the
know-
crazy debates in my house.
you
when
know
we have
what
to
a
do
cronut
breakfast.
is?
A cronut?
A cronut is a perfect combination of
There's
everything.
nothing. It's just the shape, and it's like a croissant on speed with it's like croissant dough on speed with extra sugar and everything in it.
I don't like the dough of a croissant.
Oh, then yeah, that wouldn't work.
And it's extra crispy fried in a donut shape, and then
No,
there's sugar on top of that.
No.
Yeah, but basically that's the shit that I love about Donut King, and I don't like donuts at all.
Listen, I am a Jewish, well, half Jewish girl from Montreal, so our breakfast is a bagel. We have that debate all the time in my house because
Ooh.
it's like, what are we doing? Bagel or croissant? Bagel or croissant? And it's like, I don't want a croissant. I don't want a
I
bagel.
actually have a pack of bagels sitting on my kitchen island right now.
But are they real bagels or are they like a bun?
Dude, I'm in Germany. Do not ask me if there are real bagels. We don't have real bagels.
Well, I don't know. Some places get them like imported. Legit.
Like
Hold
that.
up. Wait, okay, what's a real bagel? Like Bruegger's bagels in the US. Do you guys have, is that a real bagel to you? Where
Okay,
it's circle
on
and
the
it's got a
bagel?
hole in it?
What's on it?
Well, I get plain bagels because
Are there
I'm
seeds?
boring. So there can be. I get just a plain bagel.
I mean, I only think I have frozen right now, so I can't even go get one and like show you what
I know,
it
I'm like,
is.
I have one over here, and I'm like, should I be grabbing this bagel so we
I know,
can
I'm kind of
conversate?
thinking I should be.
At this point, it looks like all three of us are just gonna grab a bagel and show Liz
I know, I
bagels.
was like, Eve, go get your bagel. I need to see what
Yeah,
this bun thing is.
With
Yeah.
me, there is like sesame seeds on top.
Yeah, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. But
Huh.
it's like they make it in like a wood fire oven and they
Not here.
they roll the dough nicely. I think there's like a little bit of sugar in the dough. It's yummy.
Dude.
Now I feel like I have to go there for a
Sugar is
bagel.
everywhere, even in pizza.
Yeah, I know. But that's, I think, what makes the dough so good. But yes, if you guys come to Montreal, we will definitely get bagels because there's a bagel place like 5 minutes from my house, not even.
And we do know the correct answer in terms of Peter Lenka wanting taking bagels at this point. Didn't we also get Chantal's?
She said Saint Theater, right?
I'm-
She said
the bagel situation doesn't resonate with me, so I didn't even bother.
I think
remembering that
Peter.
one.
I think Peter said Fairmont and Chantal said St. Peter. So these places.
We just got to do both.
Yeah, exactly. One
And
of
poutine.
both
Tons
places?
of poutine.
Poutine, yeah. Poutine's a Quebec thing though. That yeah.
I don't give a shit. Poutine is the best.
So poutine you can get
It
in like
is.
the whole province. Bagels are specifically
Poutine
like
you
a
can get in all
Montreal.
of fucking Canada at this point.
Yeah, but it's not the same. you gotta be in Quebec to have the real cheese curds and gravy. That's what makes it the thing.
I don't care. I don't care. I like poutine because I like poutine. I don't have access to the real shit.
That's what I'm
Why
saying.
don't they import it for you?
You guys just
Can't
need
they
to have
import-
you
There
just
is
have to come and have a
legitimately
food
poutine
tour.
place in two big towns over. There is a poutine place,
Oh, okay.
but like it's just not what she calls the original one. Also, I need to show you their Montreal one. It was weird.
With smoke, does it have smoked meat?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Because
So
we're
anyway,
famous.
we once again went off on a massive tangent.
Wait,
Because-
last thing in regards
Kiki,
to
yeah,
smoked
is
meat.
getting a donut.
You guys know Celine Dion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She owns the like most famous smoked meat place in Montreal. She owns it's called Schwartz's because her family is like super into the restaurant business and they own like a shit ton of restaurants all over the like Canada, but mainly Quebec. And Schwartz's, if you Google Schwartz's on a Saturday, you will be waiting at least an hour to get in, if not more. And she owns it. So if you ever go to Schwartz's, there's tons of pictures of Celine Dion like coming in and being like, "We're doing Celine night." But yeah, she owns it.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
Random facts.
Yeah.
That is random fact. I
And
like
I went to
it.
school with her niece. Other random fact. We were the two
This
redheads.
is doing all the random. Oh, I suppose. Yep.
We were the two. Redheads.
Yeah, gingers are probably more likely to remember other gingers.
Definitely.
Yeah. I always wanted ginger hair. I was always jealous. My friend had ginger hair. I'm like, why can't I have hair like that?
Because you don't have a mutation. There you go.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah.
When I was younger, I wanted darker hair. You know, dark brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me now. This is my natural hair color now. So I'm one of the weird people. I was blonde until I was like 14, 15-ish. And then I gradually just darkened with puberty.
Oh, okay.
I don't
It
know
happened
why.
to my nephew too. He was born blonde and now he's got like dark hair. My niece
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I like it, but currently I would love to be blonde. But it's like the situation. You always want what you can have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I
you-
wanted to have dark hair or blonde.
Have you guys thought about doing it?
My hairdresser, none of the hairdressers I've ever been to will let me do it. They're like, I'm not dyeing your red hair. And I'm like, but why? They're like, because look. And I'm like, "But I
It's
don't
red.
want it." And I'm like, they're like, I'm not doing it. Like they literally will
Aw.
not do it. Every hairdresser I go to, I will maybe do like a balayage or whatever, where it's like they put a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of blonde at the bottom. That was like one time that the hairdresser was like, I might do that, but every single one is like, I won't do it. They're like, it's too nice. You have natural low lights, like highlights, all this stuff, and she's like, people kill for your color hair, and I'm like, I know. She's like, so I'm not touching it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So last time I tried
Yeah.
to go blonde, I ended up ginger.
Nah.
And that was
Oh.
like 3 times trying to go blonde. I should be going to a different hairstylist for this, a better one too, but yeah, I haven't because I'm currently trying to undo a little bit of damage and making sure that my curls are happy curls.
That's important. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh,
Can always
cool.
go blonde when I'm gray.
That's true.
I
Well, I'm
will
really
take
excited to go gray.
I will take my not going gray over your going gray.
I just know my grandma's got gorgeous gray hair. So I'm like, if I get that gray color gray,
You're
it's
good.
perfection. It's
You're
got
good to go.
it's got, I agree, it's like highlight, low lights, all that stuff.
Yes.
I'm ready.
We're
And I found my first gray
so
hair.
resistant to actually talking about the episode. It's ridiculous. What did you think about Child and his engagement?
I felt bad when he said that he tried, was it twice?
Oh, twice.
He looked
Yes.
so proud of her, though.
I know. I also kind of was like, when he first said it, I was like, is he joking or is he telling the truth? And then I was like, I think he's telling the truth. Like,
Yeah, I do too. I
Maybe
think
is, yeah.
he's genuinely proud of his girl for standing her ground and being like, you're married to your job, do better.
Yeah.
But I genuinely was like, when he first said like I proposed 3 times or whatever the line, 2 times, whatever the line
Two
is, like,
times,
I was like,
3 times being the charm.
I was like, is he trying to mess with them?
Not this time, I think. I think this time
No,
he's
I think he
just
did.
bragging with his girlfriend,
Yeah, yeah. And then I was
who he
like,
tries
okay.
to get to Hawaii because apparently he's comfortable there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
maybe we
when-
get to keep him.
I was gonna say when he said that, I was like, yay, yay! Does that mean we get to keep him? Please, 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 please! I want to keep him.
Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
yeah, I know. I was just thinking this. Fingers crossed. Hopefully,
And then
grew on me.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was actually thinking the other day about this, and I was like, we haven't like it makes sense that we haven't. Well, kind of makes sense that we haven't mentioned, but we never even mentioned what happened to Leah. Like she just up and
Yeah.
disappeared, right? Like boop, she's gone, and Childs is now in her place, and it's like they didn't even have like a one-liner about like Leah went back to the mainland or like Leah transferred departments or anything like that. You know, like
Leah died.
like
It's also a possibility. Leah just
right?
got in a
Yeah.
car crash and died. Who knows?
But it's like
Yeah.
poof.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
That
that
is
the other
true.
day. That's what like that's why and then I was thinking I think it's because I was thinking about Childs before that and like how he basically stepped into Leah's position, right? And it was interesting to me too because the last thing we saw of Leah was her talking to Gordy and Gordy was like, you know, take care and like kind of basically like I'm leaving it in your hands. And
And
then
then she's like essentially, nope, bye.
poof, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
And
No transition. Yeah.
the episode 1, where we meet Child, is the day after
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh
we
my
last
gosh,
saw
that is
Leah. So
true.
she essentially noped out there within 24 hours.
That actually brings me to another point that I want to bring up with you guys
Yeah.
once we get on to the next topic. I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you guys how long was Miggy's secret dating era? Like we don't have an official answer, but what do we think?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. That's what I was kind of thinking too. Like about 6 weeks.
That
I
makes
got
sense
that
because they had some
vibe.
cases. Yeah.
Also, we suspiciously stopped seeing Demon Doll.
Mm.
Yay.
And babies do grow in 4 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, okay, so I was like, there's a couple of ways that we could figure this out. I'm like, because their relationship is as old as Joy, right? 'Cause if you think about it, their relationship is as old as Joy's, and
true.
it's also the time between when Gordy lost his badge and when he got it back was the Miggy secret dating era. That was the whole time. They literally got out like officially admitted
Yeah.
it then the day that Gordy got his badge back. So they started the secret relationship the day he lost his badge, and he got it back. They announced it the day that he got it back. So whatever that time period was, whatever that time, it literally occurred to me this morning when I was like brushing my teeth. I think I was literally like, wait a second.
You're very, very, very enthusiastic with that topic.
I
with
don't
the
know why.
timeline. I got it. Yeah.
I think it's just because of the way it came to me. Like literally as I was brushing my teeth this morning, and I was like, wait, what?
Like having that
I
epiphany of like, what's the
I
timeline?
honestly I've been asked that before, and I'm just sitting over here like why I'm not entirely sure why I should care.
I mean,
Like
I
aside
I
from
just
writing fanfic, I'm just like,
but I want to know. Like, I want to know how long they were able to keep it.
why?
You know, because it's funny to know. Because it was a whole thing with them.
where it was gonna be naughty, and then all
Yeah,
that
it's a
stuff.
whole thing, right? Like, I want to see, and because they were not exactly subtle, right? Like,
They were not.
so I'm kind of like, should I be impressed with how long, or should I just be like, yeah, that was par for the course. Like, that's exactly what I expected.
Okay, but quite to be honest, to be quite honest, sorry, that's the way around. Um, there is also the layer of you don't necessarily have to be impressed with being able to keep it from the others. They all have their own shit to deal with right now.
Yeah, but still, like,
I would say, yeah, there was an Ohana thread. Even if they have stuff going on, I would still think that they're invested in it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I feel
I
like
mean,
they'd
she
be paying
literally said it.
attention.
She literally said it
That's
in
true.
501. She was like, our friends are kind of
Yeah.
invested in us as a couple. Like,
I still don't get the. Yeah, I just don't get the.
Yeah, I feel like when life is tough, you find something else that keeps you distracted. So I feel like even I mean, TC's world is going crazy. Gordon's is going crazy. I would want to distract myself with do you think they're dating or
No,
not?
I wouldn't.
I'm with you,
wouldn't.
Nicole.
I totally
Maybe
would.
that's
I'd be,
why I'm not
yeah,
Yeah, I
necessarily
totally would.
focused
I
on the
totally would.
timeline because I would not
yeah.
care
I
about
totally
them in
would.
that situation. If life comes around me, I will care for the security cameras around me. I will care to,
Yeah.
you know, to see my daughter more because I'm judging Susie extremely high right now.
My assumption is that he sees joy when he's not on camera. They have to be having more. They
I
have to be
don't
seeing each other more
care.
often.
She literally has, he's the father of the child. It's a newborn baby. He is willing. And I'm not just, I'm not giving flag to Rick because he's clearly willing to care for this baby. Why the fuck don't you just have the guy on your couch? And I know, oh my God, there's boundaries and blah. Newborn child.
We need to talk about that too.
Do you
The
think
couch
that?
situation.
Yeah. Oh, the couch, yes. But do you think that they'll write a storyline? I know Susie's not a huge storyline at the end of the day, right? She's
Susie
just,
shouldn't even be one, in my
I know.
opinion.
Yeah. But do you think that they'll ever do like postpartum depression or anything like that? Because
No,
the
not with
writers are
Susie.
so good. Okay, because I was like, the writers are
Yeah,
so
I
good
was
at
gonna
bringing
say
real life in. But
Maybe with a client, not with Susie.
yeah, and
okay,
I feel
just
like if they
thinking.
did,
Okay.
I feel like if they did write it with Susie, that would be a really big mistake on their part. I feel like it would not go over well.
No,
Because it's
I don't
like
think it
she's
would.
that kind of like in between character where she's not really like she's not really a cast member, but she's also not a guest star, right? So like to Eve's
Yeah.
point, if it was a client, like
I agree.
so to Eve's point, it would probably be more impactful if it was either like one of their clients or like millions of years down the road if we do have a Miggy baby like Higgy, you know? Like I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but like if they were
Yeah.
gonna do more like of a hard hitting kind of thing, it would have to be one of those two situations for sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the idea is of not having. But I agree again with her being a reoccurring character, and the baby obviously would be a reoccurring character. It wouldn't be that the show becomes about them, but it does seem like there's a lack of something with that that maybe reappears later or something.
I gotta be quite honest about the postpartum thing. It's gonna sound so mean, but I don't think Betsy has it in her to play this.
Hmm?
I
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of acting on her part, because that is essentially the same way that she portrays herself on social media. Um, I just don't see that kind of acting.
Like that hard-hitting kind of
Yeah,
acting.
to be something that she can at this moment translate onto the screen.
Yeah.
And maybe she can
'cause-
prove me wrong, but I'm afraid I will probably never know, because after Magnum PI, I will probably not watch anything that she's in.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah,
read
I
about
agree
it
with
or
that.
something. Yeah. Yeah, because do you guys watch 911 on? Yeah.
Yes,
So
Maddie.
yes, Maddie did that whole storyline was fantastic. Jennifer Love Hewitt did a fantastic job portraying postpartum depression, in my
I'm
opinion.
currently watching
Yeah.
Blackish for the first time, and I've
Mm.
literally just yesterday seen the episode on postpartum depression, and they handled that really well for a 20-minute
okay.
comedy.
Mm.
Extremely
okay.
well. The family
Yeah.
was scared, but they were extremely supportive. They were going to a therapist, and she was getting medicated, and yeah, there was,
Good.
mom put up boundaries, and the family backed her. The family helped her. It was a
Good.
really wholesome way to handle it and to portray it, and
Mm-hmm.
they especially portrayed it in that situation, like, where they were clear about the fact that you don't have to feel bad for needing help in this situation. You don't have to feel bad for having postpartum depression. We don't judge you for it. We just want your best. And it
Yeah.
was an extremely nice take on it. And then you have mentioned the other side of the range, Maddie, where she didn't confide in people and just straight up left her child.
Yep.
And you
Yeah, she
can't
left
really
them.
judge her. She tried to kill herself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Nope.
like that Maddie situation. That is one of the hard-hitting storylines in 911, like almost every single other one.
Yeah. I'd agree. She's had some bad things happen to her. But yeah, that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, 911 is a
So,
whole other podcast that
yeah.
is, holy hell. That will be an interesting one. I don't even know if there's one.
There you go, Eve.
There's your next there's your next project, Eve.
No, that's not
Yep.
my next project. My next project is not gonna be a 911 podcast, but there is gonna be a next podcast from me.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay,
not
so
gonna be
we've
nice.
decided Susie does not have postpartum depression. So that just means we're not seeing the baby, the demon child.
I
Phew.
fucking hope so that we're done seeing it.
I hope so.
Agreed.
It's just, yeah, like Liz said, she isn't touching the main situation enough for the main audience to really care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
had it been a through line since the beginning, have we seen her a lot since the beginning? Have we seen a subtle change in that? But we don't even know who the bloody hell she is.
Yeah. It's true. We know very little about her. Like,
We don't
Yeah,
know
and
very much about her entire personality, which is why I am so not Team Susie, because I don't know her. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she wants. I know that for some reason she decided she doesn't want to be with Rick for the baby, which
Mhm.
makes absolutely jack shit of sense. Um, she has a boat. She had this dad situation, so she might have lingering situation with that. But other than that,
Mhm.
I've never seen much of a personality in her. And
Yeah.
if and this bubbly situation that she's having, that's, I don't necessarily count that as a personality trait.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if
Mm.
she's inherently kind. I don't know if she's hardworking, even though she was clearly hardworking at La
Nothing.
Mariana, but
Yeah.
We know nothing.
Yeah, we really don't.
It's just one aspect. It could have just been, motivated by Rick, but I don't know
Mhm.
that because I don't know much about Susie.
Yeah, we really don't know anything.
I
So
do
then,
know,
Eve,
however,
if they, oh, yeah, go ahead.
I do know that for some reason, despite co-parenting a child, she doesn't want Rick's help on Maine because she could have just had him live on the couch and have him take some,
some of the responsibilities.
have him be there for the child more, be the father for the newborn more, take more responsibility, but she doesn't even see the child every day. Even though that now is a situation where you have this father who's clearly willing to be there for the child every day. At least that's how he's portrayed.
Yeah.
No, I'm like currently that's not a bonus point for Susie.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Not
that's
at
true.
all.
Sorry.
So then in the future, say they decide to make Susie a main character, has the ship already sailed on interest in her, in your opinion?
Yes.
Or, okay, so like if all of a sudden they brought her in main cast, it would be like, yep, too
They
far
would have
gone,
to do
I'm not
something.
interested.
They would have to do something pretty damn incredible to get my interest
People
back.
interested, yeah.
Yeah.
To get
That
some
makes sense.
people.
Yeah, I agree with you both.
I
just
know
was, yeah.
I know a lot of people who are like, I wouldn't mind if she was gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either, quite
Because
honestly.
in a lot of scenes and situations, like the pickle scene, the bar scene that she was in, why was she even there?
Yeah, does she even have a line?
She had lines. They just
She
didn't really
did. She had a
move anything
couple.
forward. The entire pickle scene to this point didn't move anything in the plot. Her being in La Mariana didn't do anything for the plot. Other
What I
than
thought was,
have us
yeah.
question where the fuck is the child?
True.
What I thought was funny about that scene at La Mariana was that she made it there was something about it where she went up to Ruthie like they were already friends or like they already knew each other, and it was like Ruthie had just gotten to the island. Obviously she's not paying any attention to Rick, so it's how would Rick have ever talked to Ruthie about, I don't know, it just felt like it was a lot friendlier than I would have.
Well,
Yeah,
the fact that
there
she
was
was
something,
even there,
yeah.
the fact that she was even there in the first place,
Yeah.
right? Like, why, if you're
True.
not talking, or like if you're not really like caring about the one person who connects you to the rest of that group, why are you there?
Yeah.
Right? Like, Rick is what connects her to that group. If she's not talking to Rick, why is she hanging out with the group?
I mean, she's clearly talking to
Okay, well,
him.
talking's not the right word, but like if you're not really enthralled, or like if you're not really caring,
If all you're doing is co-parenting, why
yeah,
are you there?
why are you there?
And not even that, really.
Yeah, true.
No,
Yeah.
like, and especially because, like, I don't know.
I have to disagree to a certain extent. Rick is no longer the only person that connects her to this group. Joy? Magnum Scott daughter?
I don't
She cannot
count.
be disconnected from this group anymore because of Joy.
Yeah, but if you're not with the baby daddy, why would you show up at the bar to hang out? Magnum should care about the baby. Who cares about the mom? If you're not
Exactly.
gonna hang out with, if you're not gonna date his brother, give me the baby. I don't know.
I had I had an issue with the Ruthie Susie situation too. For one reason, the entire episode framed it to the point where there's a lot that she never told Rick.
Mm.
You cannot make me believe that she's in touch
Kept
with
all of that.
Susie. You cannot make
Agreed.
me believe that she's in touch with Susie based on that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. If she's keeping that much from Rick, there's no way she's talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she might be in touch with Susie for a certain situation,
Wait a
but
second.
you never had the vibes.
Also, if Rick and Ruthie were really as disconnected as like they made each other seem, would Ruthie even have known about Susie? Like, would they even have known about each other?
She literally came to the island because he has a baby. So yes, she knew about Susie.
But did she know about Susie enough to be like best friends when they got
Yeah,
to the
like,
bar? Like, oh,
It-
good to
to
see
me-
you.
To me, what she would have known about Susie is my brother had a baby, right, with this woman, and her name is Sue. Like, that's all. Like, to me, that's
And he's
all.
absolutely infatuated with her for some reason, but she doesn't want to be with him.
But, like, that still doesn't give them enough to be talking.
I'd even go further. If that's what you know, you're not that friendly with someone.
Exactly.
Agreed.
You don't know
Yeah.
them. You just don't know them.
But ultimately, we don't know because we've never had that kind of information. But
About
yeah, based
Susie.
on what the episodes, how we interpret the episodes, no,
Yeah.
just no.
Just know.
I mean, if someone else probably interprets them differently and sees a reason for it, if you do, tell us, please.
Mhm.
Make us understand what
Yeah,
it could
please.
possibly be.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
will
don't see
happily
it.
read this in the comments.
Yeah, leave it in the comments below.
Someone, yeah, someone explain this to me.
Or
I am
tweet it
lost.
at us.
Yep. Also tweet. You can tweet me.
And we once again managed to not tackle the episode at hand, by the way.
But
I
at
feel like
least we're
that's kind
talking
of
about
okay.
the characters. And
Yeah, but
we're talking about the
I
show
think like
now.
we're very much trying not to touch the TC storyline.
Well, yeah, because wait, before you touch the TC, can we go back to the couch? Liz wanted to talk about the couch.
I want to talk
With
about the couch.
Rick
Oh,
living on the
yes,
couch.
yeah. Can we get a little bit of a hallelujah that Rick is moving out?
Woo-hoo. Yeah. He
That
shouldn't
was-
have been
Yeah.
there in the first place.
And that, but then again, going back to the whole, it's freaking weird. You're going to live on the mother of your child's boat.
Father's boat.
Yeah, well, he's dead, isn't he?
Mhm. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So
her
he
Who
boat.
died in your bar.
Yeah, he died in your
Where
bar.
you conceived that child.
So it's like,
This is a
that's just a
hot
really
mess.
messed up
That's what
situation
this is.
too.
That's really a hot mess.
Dang it. That
it's
is.
it's a mess up situation. Like, I'm sorry, that's a really mess up situation.
It is.
Like, you're not okay with like what Eve was saying, like sleeping on the couch, helping out the baby mama, but you're okay sleeping on her boat. Like, you're okay taking
Renting her boat.
yeah, but it's like, but you know, like, you're okay enough with her to be like, hey, can I rent your boat? Like,
You know what
Yeah,
I keep thinking about in that situation?
What?
Why wasn't that an option before?
oh,
Why
that's
is that
true.
only an option not to, not to talk about Miggy anymore?
Oh yeah. Or now that everybody knows about Miggy, why can't he stay in the guest house and Megan just goes into the main house?
Yeah.
Or why did Rick
Yeah.
never go to the main house in the first frickin' place? And then
Yeah.
Multiple
I can't.
bedrooms. Yeah, it's like,
I know.
dude, just move to the main house, my dude, and leave the guest
Yeah.
house to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then why is he still not looking for a house? The market is crazy in the US. There's houses available. Just get
Not
it
in
done.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
not
Hawaii, yeah.
fine.
Not in Hawaii. They're crazy expensive in Hawaii. So
Oh, I suppose they would be. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, fine. I'll give them that.
also, I'm not getting into the morality of buying a house in Hawaii when you're not Hawaiian. Nope.
Yep.
We'll
that's a whole
get
other
onto the TC.
conversation.
We'll get onto the TC storyline.
Never. We'll never get onto that at this point.
Okay, so then let's end. Bye. No kidding.
Yeah. Have a good day, everyone.
That's it. Bye.
There
Yeah.
were tears from me. I hated it so much.
I thought Steven did a really beautiful job, though.
That without a doubt,
Oh, God.
which is
Yeah.
why I
Yes.
hated it so much.
Yes.
It
Totally
was
believable.
great. It was believable. It hit too close to home.
Yep. Yeah.
And the Verna Kelvin situation, the acting all around Chef's Kiss, hated it. Hated it so much. And it's not because it's bad. I just hated it because it's like really too close to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also hated that I had like crappy mental health for 2 days straight after because of it.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Messy.
So for everybody
It really
who
was.
listens and doesn't know, hi, here's someone who was abandoned by a parent. Just like
Yeah.
PC. Just my parent that abandoned me does not have a good excuse like Verna does.
Yeah.
I'm also not
Yeah.
getting the Verna situation ever.
Oh, true.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
But
she said true because she knows that he's dead.
yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. So that's out. Hate the storyline.
I thought again.
Done and
I
dusted.
applaud.
Over.
Yeah, I applaud the mental health aspect of
Yes.
it. though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That made the cake. So this story doesn't hit me as hard as it hits you, Eve,
Mhm.
but my mom had me when she was really young. She was 16 when I was born. And I don't know my biological father. He proceeded to get married and had 5 kids. And I found out that all of a sudden I'm an only kid. All of a sudden I find out I have 5 half siblings and I'm like, holy crap, So, but a lot of it was mental health, a
Mhm.
lot of it. And so I just applaud the show for always
Mhm.
adding that aspect of realism to,
And handling
like,
it so well.
yep, and handling it wonderfully. So
And
she owned it,
and also
Good for
tying
her.
it into both sort of cases together, right? Because she in that moment when she was talking to Magnum, she said at the time, did I make the right decision? I think I did make the right decision, right? And that was kind of Higgy's thinking too, right? She
Yeah.
goes, at the time, was it the right decision? So
Yeah.
I applaud the writers for not only like doing a very tasteful job of addressing mental health issues, but also managing to tie everything back in together.
Also,
Yeah, I think that article was written by, or that article, that episode was written by Andre, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think a couple other episodes he's written are really, he's a good writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a
He's
doubt.
really
He's a really
He's
good
really
writer.
good.
What
Yeah.
I also loved about that is I loved it, but I hate it. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I love about that is how it ties in with Kate and how Kate is dispensing a little bit of wisdom. I will not be able to ever quote this situation because I'm gonna hiss at it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you'll never rewatch this episode, and that's okay.
Oh no, that's
yeah.
not true. I'll just fast forward about
Oh,
everything
true.
she
Yeah, good
sees.
point. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about the Kate aspect. It's true.
I mean,
Yeah, I thought
it
that was a
ties
nice
them
name.
together to a certain extent.
Yeah, it does.
Kate thought his mom abandoned him for the longest time. And
Yeah.
I think I get a little bit of my experience comes in when you no longer have the chance, you will encourage everybody who does to take it.
Mm.
And for me, I could have had the chance for a little bit in my life, but I knew at that point that there is not going to be a solution that's beneficial to me or him.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing ultimately, the only contact that I sought what was after his death. I attended the funeral.
Okay.
Not because I wanted to, but because I thought, what if in the future I regret not going?
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
why I went. It's the only reason why I went. What if in the future I regret not going? And I don't regret going, so
Okay,
There you
that I was
go.
gonna
Yeah.
ask you.
yeah, I
So
don't regret
from
going.
past on. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm
That's a
still
good
like,
thing.
I might have regretted not going, but I don't regret going, so I'm good on that.
That's good. That's all you can really hope for in those situations.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so heavy shit that I don't want to touch
Yeah,
with
this
a 10-foot
episode
pole.
just this
Yeah, we
episode
went
tugged at the
heavy.
The next
heartstrings.
one
Yeah.
sounds fun though, at least in one aspect.
We get to see Higgy on a horse, you guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
And
So excited.
Maui.
She takes her gun and she's like,
Yeah, shotgun Higgy.
yeah.
I am excited,
I am
Yeah.
but
too.
I realized that
Magnum side looks good and hot.
Which
yeah,
one?
Magnum.
Magnum side of the
Oh,
story.
that Magnum, yes, looking out the window. That I don't
In
have
his
any. Yeah.
black shirt, like
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready.
nobody minds the black shirt.
I won't even get to watch it live though because I'm going to see Aladdin, the Broadway musical. It's coming to Montreal.
It's
I'm going-
supposed to be really
jealous.
good.
Yeah, it's supposedly really good.
Supposed
I'm
to be
going with my
good.
niece and nephew. I'm taking my
I've seen
7 and
it.
9-year-old. I'm excited. So it starts at
so
7:30.
good.
So I
It's
really watch
so good.
That'll
The
be-
wedding dress is so beautiful.
it. So,
That's good.
but
Oh yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah.
yeah.
So good.
But I'm still trying to figure out how TC and Higgy end up on a completely different island and why they're not. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of separating of Magnum and Higgy this year, which is okay. It's just it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Why they
Yeah, I'm
why they're
interested to
separate.
see why. I'm interested to see
Yeah.
and I want to know how the client thinks of calling a private investigator on Oahu if they live on Maui.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's the word of mouth situation.
Could be.
Because they do have a reputation as extremely good. If not, don't they actually have the reputation of being one of the best investigators, if not the best investigators on the island?
Do they?
I thought so.
But see,
Time to do
here's
some
the
more
thing.
research.
Aren't PIs supposed to be behind the scenes, and all of a sudden they're getting a huge reputation?
Yeah, but
why have the Yakuza not bothered him? Why haven't I just feel like there's a whole
They have.
element that could be explored a little bit, but not
Yeah.
like I just feel like there could be more of that element explored in future. Like seasons
That'd be
8
cool.
and 9 would be a really good place to put that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You do have to do a certain amount of marketing, and in the PI situation, it's word of mouth, and word of mouth is definitely in their favor.
Not a billboard on a truck like Jin.
Nor on Times Square.
True.
Yeah, billboard on a truck, and then you have these unflattering images.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that all comes to be.
I mean, also there is something to be said. Maybe marketing aspect could be, don't drive a red Ferrari when you tell someone.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Magnum at this point should have learned his lesson.
He did not, as we've seen in this episode.
I know. You would think by now
Tires get shot out.
Also, can we talk about the inflation?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Originally $800 a tire, now it's what, $1,200?
Yes. $400 more expensive.
I thought as soon as he said that,
like
I realized that.
There's like 2 seasons in between.
Yeah.
Well, I will say inflation in the U.S. is a shit show right now.
Yeah,
so.
but $400 for a fucking tire. Ferrari,
I don't know.
what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. I would have. Yeah, I expect it to go up, not that much, but
it's funny.
it was pretty funny.
I remember thinking.
And
that
then they were.
exact thing.
Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah. Well, then did you see they were saying that he put the tire at the back of the car when the Ferrari
where
is
the
opposite?
engine is?
Yes, exactly. So that was kind of funny too. I saw some of that.
We got a new episode to look forward to on Sunday.
Yeah.
Very excited. Yes. Again, can't believe we're on 8 this Sunday.
It's
so
crazy.
And then we have a week without episode, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, we do.
Easter.
Easter.
So we'll be out hunting for Easter eggs instead of watching Magnum PI. Not mad. Makes it feel a little longer.
Yeah, well, I suppose if we
I will be eating matzah.
I will be cuddling a puppy.
I will be in Utah.
Ooh, fun.
With Shannon?
With Shannon. Yep. We
Jealous.
decided to go Easter
Fun.
weekend. Yeah.
So Shannon was
Was
already on the
fun.
podcast once, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she was. Yeah. But yeah, we decided to. I've always wanted to go to the national parks in the U.S. Always wanted to.
Aw, cool.
And I've never had anybody in my friend group that wants to go. And so through Magnum PI in the Save campaign, Shannon and I started talking, obviously. Got to meet the two of you, but then yeah, I'm gonna meet Shannon for the first time next weekend. So that'll be
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to all the pictures.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there should be some pictures. We have jokingly said, my friends are like, "Do we know this Shannon girl? Is she
Yeah.
safe to travel with?" And then her
Yes, she
friends are
is.
going, "Do you know Nicole? Is she safe to travel with?" And it's like,
Yes, you
yeah,
are.
yes, it's pretty funny. Yeah, so
That's really funny.
we'll have to send proof of life photos.
Yeah, I get pictures from Shannon's hikes all the time. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's
and
a
from your
huge
day. So
hiker.
if something's happening, I'll probably be one of the first to know.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be like, oh, I haven't heard from these girls. Yeah,
I
something
haven't heard
happened,
from
but-
Nicole in a while. Something's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But I just looked at a calendar, and if we are airing the 8th episode on April 2nd, and then we have a week off, then there's only 2 more episodes. We're
Yep.
going to be done by end of April.
Yep.
I don't like that.
April 23rd, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
exactly right. The 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah. I have done the math.
Aw.
Coming so soon.
I know, it's
It
crazy.
is.
If you
So
think
I'm
about
wondering
it,
if they could.
if you think about it, tomorrow's April 1st, so 23 days. Like, holy
There he is.
shit. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That
We're
is.
in
Oh, I'm
April.
so sad. Yes.
It's insane.
Or they could start airing part 5B and have it go through the end of May. Then that would give us like 4 extra episodes. That'd be great. I don't know how to work it out. Or they could have 2 episodes per. Oh, it's starting to lightning here. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, we're under a blizzard warning here in Minnesota, but it's lightning and thunderstorming, so it's the whole thing.
Fun.
Yeah, but they could do 2 per night. How do we make somebody know that? Eve, talk to
They know
talk
that.
to the
They know
moderator.
that. They know that. They know what they could do, but they also know what they should do. Because they
Oh,
have
come on.
analysts that can predict that way better than we can.
Mm.
Oh, fine.
Only time will tell
Yeah,
what
Yep.
they decide to
it's
do.
all good. We're still so lucky. Every once in a while, I just kind of still pinch myself that we even
Yeah.
got these
Yeah.
20
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll
With
take
good
whatever
reason.
we
It's
can get.
very unlikely for sure to get saved, and we
Yeah.
did it. Well,
We
We're
did.
very lucky.
they did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it with some
We are-
attention from us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Group.
our former sister fandom, unfortunately, is the best example of it doesn't always work.
It does. Yeah. I know. I still feel bad for those peeps that are still tweeting every day.
Yeah, I feel especially bad because I'm so sorry, you guys. I would love that if there was a kind way to say that, but just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
in the way that they want it to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, there's for
It's
sure
rough.
gonna be more MacGyver property down the line, but that show is not gonna come back in the
Yeah.
in the way that it used to be on air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That is true.
Very, very
Yep.
true.
Oh yeah, I'll have to ask you. I have a question for you, but I'll wait until we're.
Until we're
It's our sign. We're going now. No, it's for real though. No big spoilers. None.
no. Nada.
No,
So
got nothing.
checking out until next week. See you guys. And
Bye.
have a good weekend and enjoy the new episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.